is going to be the Dread Mob Attachment. All about the Ork Walkers, all about the Ork Mechs, and all about the Ork Grot vehicles. This solely represents all the units we've lost for so long, like the Dreadnoughts, the Gorgonauts, the Morganauts, Dreadnoughts, Death Dreads, the Killer Cans, the Grot Tanks, your Mechs. They're all coming back with this attachment, allowing you to finally bring your mechanized Ork list. What does the Dread Mob have to offer in 10th edition Ork Codex? Now, the core rule is try that button, which is an interesting retake of push the button, which is like one of the 9th edition rules, and it basically just allows you to select from a certain amount of stuff. Basically, it's a dice rolling mechanic. Now, this is a ability that applies to mechs, Ork Walkers, and Grot vehicles. So all of these units allow you basically to roll a random number on a d6 dice, and depending on what number you get, you have to either get sustained hits 1, lethal hits, or extra AP on critical hits in your shooting or fighting phase. This is really good for shooting and maybe melee, but mainly this detachment is all about, yes, sure, Ork Walkers, but also about the shooting detachment that we didn't get in the 10th edition. This is 2 detachments in one. This is the Ork Walkers, allowing you to benefit from the Ork Walkers, but also a shooting detachment, which allows you to bust through with these amazing sustained hits, lethal hits, and extra AP for your shooting-based units. Now, this works really well for lost models like Death Dread and Killer Cans, and ultimately, because it affects the mechs, and the mech keyword is now spread to the big mech in Big Mech Restricted Attack Gun, with the new Big Mech model in the mech, with all the new, and kind of just the mechs coming out, it just works that much easier, and ultimately allows you just to be that much more killy. So, the shooting works well, but also your Dread Mob is going to come back in. And you can build in a hip combination, like I said, have your shooting list, have your Dread Mob list, have your sustained hits in melee, have your lethal hits in shooting, and just work with it. This is nice. I like this ability. What I forgot to mention was that if you want to choose, you can choose. You don't have to roll a d6 dice, you just get to choose. But your weapon gains hazardous for whatever you put on it. For whatever unit you put on it, all the weapons gain hazardous. And the problem is that you choose it, you now have a hazardous test on a 1 and a 2, not just the 1. So you fail the hazardous test on a 1 and a 2, not just a 1 anymore. It's actually big if you think about it, because you've lost a whole other number you can recoup from. So, yeah, but it just gives you more chance. It's now a 1/3 chance instead of a 1/4 chance of just kind of getting, or 1/6 chance, sorry, of just being absolutely torn through. So, a bit of a big jump from the hazardous thing, but I like this. It works well. All of them pretty good except for the third one. The third one kind of sucks because it's on critical hits, but sustained hits and lethal hits are always amazing to go with. But how are the stratagems and enhancements helping the Grot Walkers? Now, the Stratch, which is detachment-based units only, which is obviously the mechs, the Grot Walkers, and the Ork vehicle. The Grot vehicles, the Ork Walkers, and the mech units all get these ones. So the bigger shells for bigger gets. This is +1 to wound on monsters, or +1 to wounds for vehicles at range. And if you push the button, you gain hazardous, but it's +1 damage. A lot of the stratagems in this one work with pushing the buttons. Basically, you get the stratagem, and if you want to, you can push the button to get even more stuff, but you gain hazardous in the problem when you push that button. This was good for basically just going up against monster vehicles, and just makes you a lot more killy. Probably this one's the best for shooting, because with like your looters or your mech guns, because of what brings kind of a lot more, it gives you that strength back, and allows you to take down some of those harder hitting units, especially like the Iron Storm, or Knights, or Chaos Knights, or things with like high amounts of vehicles or guard, like stuff like that. It just brings it down a little bit. Similar to the Beast Snagger stuff in approach of just doing more stuff to monsters and vehicles, but not all stuff might bring monsters and vehicles. So, a bit niche. You need important monsters and vehicles for this. 1 CP at the end of the day isn't really that bad. Clanking Claws is the Ork Walkers, so only for Ork Walkers. In the fight phase, you get +2 to strength, and if you push it, you gain hazards, but you also get +1 damage. Makes your Ork Walkers a lot more killy. Death Dread, I think Death Dread units. Now, I think Death Dread's actually a unit. Killer Can units. Stomper, maybe. Your Ork Walkers, your Yorknaut. Makes them more killy if you need to take down a unit that badly. And Super Fuel Boiler is Ork Walkers. In the movement phase, get a reroll advanced rolls, and ranged weapons gain assault. So, if you've got your Killer Cans and you built them with a shooting potential, you obviously get to reroll advanced rolls to more positioning, and you just get to gain assault. So you get to advance and you get to shoot. It's a super fueled boiler, allows you to move up. Great for Killer Can stuff. Maybe not single based Ork units, but heavy shooting Ork Walkers like Stomper even is going to benefit from this a bit. Daka 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 is a battle tactic, and its Ork Walkers got vehicles. Basically allows you to reroll hit rolls of 1. If you push it, you get a full hit reroll, but you gain hazardous. And it's just reroll hit rolls, which is nice. But I don't know, it's kind of lame, honestly. Like, you gain hazardous for a full hit reroll. It's not even that good anyway. Yes, Orc shooting sucks already with hitting on 5s, but like, getting hazardous for a full hit reroll on 5s anyway isn't even that good. So, bit of a waste, but can work if you want it to. Convening roster, I think that's how you say it. I'm a bit stupid, so forgive me. Enemy movement phase when ending in 9 inches of an Gretchen unit. Takes D3 plus 1 mortal wounds on a 4 Gretchen unit, makes a normal move. So basically, if you have Gretchen units, so Gretchen base unit with Gretchen keywords, the enemy ends a movement, they take D3 plus mortal wounds, which is nice, which is actually work, which allows you just to kind of position your grots in a way that allows you to kill more stuff. And on a 4-up, that unit gets to make a normal move. So it just allows you basically to be more defensive on a point, but also gives you more choice of being. So this is going to actually more include Zogger Wartsnagger, but obviously you have to go really niche into Zogger Wartsnagger, which you don't really want to take. You want to take more shooting and grot vehicles. So yeah, it works. But, like, get that scout, to get that movement, to get the nice 9-inch movement in the white, you're going to really need to take the Zogger Wartsnagger. And for you to take that, you need to invest more in him, or for a single stratagem. So yeah, D3 plus 1 mortal wounds is good, but when you're absolutely obliterating them with Ork Walkers anyway, it's not too much to worry about. And extra gubbins is non-titanic Ork Walkers or grot vehicles get -1/2 damage. Alright, more stuff for you, less for them. It's what you want. Now, your enhancements are your mech only base. So all the mech units only get this enhancement. So you don't really get to put it on any other units besides mech base units. So, you know, the big mech, Big Mech with Shock Attack Gun, I think Big Mech and Mega Armor might have it, and all the mechs that are in the game. Because basically they're giving all the mechs, like, the mech keyword now, which just helps out and doesn't really give it much niche just for the mech anymore. Smoky Gubbins is that unit has the stealth keyword. So 15 points, you want to make them more stealthy, you want to make your mech unit moving up more stealthy, they get the stealth keyword, -1 to hit. Yeah, sure, nice. Enemy hitting on 2 anyway isn't really making it much better, but yeah, it's nice. Super glowy thing is command phase. Select one enemy unit within 8 inches and visible that 1 to 2, 8 inches are visible. 1 to 2 on D6 dice is battle shock. 3 to 4 is D3 plus wounds, and 5 to 6 is a -1 wound to the next commandment phase. Nice for a specific base unit you want to target, similar to kind of like the prey, where you really want to get a unit out of the way. Move them up. You make them battle shock. You make them D3 wounds. You just do stuff to them that makes them annoying, and you just go from there. Not amazing, but it can still work decently well if you just really want to get around. Now, press it faster is what you want for like Big Mech Shock Attack, which is roll additional dice whenever you shoot and the detachment roll, and you get an effect. So suddenly you're shooting looters with your Big Mech Shock Attack Gun, and you get lethal hits, and you get sustained hits along with that. You get AP plus 2 with critical hits. It's nice. So this is going to be going on Big Mech Shock Attack Gun 100%. It's going to make his looter score that much easier and that much better to shoot. And it's just going to give them that much more potential at just tearing through the enemy with their already fantastic shooting. And Grot Fighters ignores cover for mech units. So basically, they just ignore cover. It's nice, good for shooting units, but doesn't really give that much. That is going to be every Ork attachment fully ranked and fully listed. I hope you really enjoyed this series. It's going to be the last episode because I'm not going to be going over the WAAAGH tribe, because basically it didn't really change much at all. The stratagems went up in points, but ultimately I've reviewed it 100 times on my channel already. Go check it out there. If you want me to, leave it in the comments. But it's going to be my entire series of every single Ork attachment ranks. Hope you enjoyed it, and catch you in the next one.